Sadhana.
Good morning. Good morning. It's Sunday.
Oh, beautiful day.
Hope you had a juicy sadhana and make your Sunday extra juicy. How could they make it extra juicy?
Well, they could decide maybe to wander into the great divine flow this morning and take a little meditation at 9, free to the public and everyone, and then the class at 9:30.
I hear he's super great.
Yeah. He's got it going on a little bit.
Yay!
Nothing wrong with feeling good about that and who you are and living your life, right?
Awesome. So much energy and bubbling up and being in this with you. I want to dive a little deeper into the second mirror. So the second mirror is, in you, I see my biases and judgments, often big internal, emotional, and energetic reactions. Woo! So, I think this is one mirror that really needs to be acknowledged and uncovered, because this is where I think the other paths, they kind of just leave it as, oh, the other person's reflecting what I do. But, if the other person, like, let's say the other person is like an alcoholic and they're like a rager at you, and you aren't that, they aren't reflecting you. But what are they doing? They are reflecting something I can't stand, right? And with the bias and judgment, I think what is underlying that, I'm afraid of that. I'm afraid of that in other people. I'm afraid how that will affect me. I'm afraid of what will happen to me when I'm in that energy. I'm afraid of the way I'll react. And so the bottom line in a mirror like that is always, I want to get away from it. I want to separate from you. And in some cases, that's the right decision. In some cases, you need to do that. But in some cases, we don't get to do that. Like, it could be a relative, it could be someone in our house, something we have to deal with, whether or not we are afraid, have a bias or a judgment. And then the question is, and now what, right? So open up today and let's not go for the huge ones. Maybe sometimes it's the little judgments and the little biases where we just quickly, shut something down. Open up to including and saying yes and letting it in. By doing that, we're going to get to know ourselves better. And the more we get to know ourselves, the more we can have compassion and authentic love for who we are, and actually begin to seek the help from God that we need and be the help we need in our own lives.
Yes, very, very true. This second mirror is so powerful. It's so intense because emotional relationships and reactions to the world, people, places, and things, feelings inside of you can be so just really wrap you up, and they can restrict you, and they can make you very, very unhappy and very closed off. They can your heart can become very cold in these situations. But that's the beauty of the mirror. You see, the mirror allows you the opportunity to get the opposite and equal reaction. Imagine what the opposite and equal reaction is to something that you've judged so harshly and you're hanging on to so tightly because you just need to be right about this one thing, about the way that you feel and think. And all of a sudden, that mirror allows you this opportunity to completely go 180 degrees and switch it. And all of a sudden, when you can let go, like, I'll give you an example with me. I had a thing going on with another human being in my life where the mirror was showing me jealousy, the mirror was showing me insecurity, the mirror was reflecting back my self-centeredness about this particular person. And it went on for a good 3 weeks in my life, and I kept justifying myself and how I needed to be right. And all of a sudden, one day, I ran into this person, and my heart was filled with compassion and love. And I walked up to this person and I gave them a hug, and I looked in their eyes and I said, I love you and I'm sorry. And this person looked back at me and said, well, but you haven't even seen me in a while. And I said, it doesn't matter because you've been between my ears and it's been eating me alive. And in that instant, even before that instant, I had let go and I had felt this surge of freedom and mukunde, this liberation in this particular example. And so, I looked and I thanked the mirror, the second mirror, for reflecting back on me. That which I no longer have to carry all this pain and judgment can be instantly turned into love, compassion, and just living in more grace and ease. Because at the end of the day, the most important thing is how I live my life, how I serve. And so this second mirror is very, very powerful. So just be open to taking a look at the things you're judging and hanging on to be right and all that, because there's nothing but liberation on the other side as you turn into the light with this second mirror.
So the sun is in Leo, so we're in the season of self-love. It's at 3 degrees today. So today, the God energy is inspiring your heart. Get this. For you to believe in the power of self-love. That's the theme today. I believe in the power of self-love. Imagine if the world took a moment and paused and believed in the power of self-love, forgave themselves, empowered themselves. Every politician, every leader, every human being, every child believed that self-love would make a difference. Imagine how much traction we could get on healing the world and coming together. Your mission, our mission, is to love ourselves and believe in the power of that today.
And you know how that starts out? It starts out with such a simplicity of waking up and doing your sadhana, the most simple, the most beautiful, important thing for all of us right now in this next 40 days.
Sadhana!